Krishna Prabhupada. My dear Lord, pure devotional service is even difficult for liberated persons to discharge, but devotional service alone can satisfy you. Who will take to other processes of self-realization if he is actually serious about the perfection of life? Report. The word satam refers to transcendentalists. There are three kinds of transcendentalists: the jnani, yogi, and bhakta. Out of these three, the bhakta is selected as the most suitable candidate to approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is emphasized herein that only one who is outside devotional service would not engage in searching for the lotus feet of the Lord. Foolish people sometimes maintain that God may be attained in any way, either by karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, etc. But here it is clearly stated that it is impossible to obtain the mercy of the Lord by any means but bhakti yoga. The word dararadhya is especially significant. It is very difficult to attain the lotus feet of the Lord by any method other than bhakti yoga. Mukam karani vachalam pankam lankate didim yakipantamaham vande si gurum timatarinam Om Gyana Timirandasya Gyananjala Shalakaya Chakshur Militam Yena Tasai Shri Gurave Namaha. So in this verse, Radharani is hidden. We have Aradhya and Aradhya, Sanskrit. Radharani is hidden throughout the Srimad Bhagavatam, but sometimes Shukadeva Goswami cannot help but mention her name. When it comes to worship, then Radharani is the one. She is the one who is worshipping Krishna, and we are all following her, under her direction. When I was Pujari in Calcutta Temple, Srila Prabhupada said that all of this puja is being done under the direction of Srimati Radharani. So her very name means worship. Radha, Aradhya. But here it's talking about people who don't worship. So in the purport it says, they don't get the mercy of the Lord only by bhakti yoga. Because Radharani is the incarnation of mercy. She's the mercy side of Krishna. If you don't engage in bhakti yoga, then you don't get the mercy of Radharani. Dur Aradhya. Very difficult to attain the lotus feet of the Lord. Bahi, here it says Bahi, well, those outsiders, they cannot get the lotus feet of Krishna. And the purport says, only one outside devotional service will not engage in searching for the lotus feet of the Lord. Chaturshloki Bhagavatam, the 4th verse, says that we should directly and indirectly search for the Lord by performing devotional service. We should search for the lotus feet of the Lord. Where is Krishna? So on the lotus feet of Krishna there is lotus feet of Radharani. There is one mark, which is the altar, the sacrificial altar. It's like a square like this. Also on Lord Chaitanya's lotus feet. And Nitai's lotus feet. So the meaning of this sacrificial altar, it has many meanings, but one meaning is that this universe is the form of Krishna, and the offering is the form of Radha. And they meet on the sacrificial altar. You take the things of this world, and you take the things of this world and offer them to Krishna, then you are under the protection of Srimati Radharani, and you will get the mercy of Srimati Radharani, because the offering is Srimati Radharani. So that is the ecstasy of this verse. Now we need to get more into how to perform Bhakti Yoga. Here it says, Dhuraradhya is very difficult. Last verse, very difficult to do. Prabhupada says in one purport in the Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, verse 72, one can attain Krishna consciousness or divine life at once, within a second. Or one may not attain such a state of life even after millions of births. So what makes the difference if you get it in a second or millions of births? Prabhupada says two things. It is only a matter of understanding and accepting the fact. Understanding and accepting. In the previous purport, Prabhupada says, simply by practicing Bhakti Yoga, one can understand the Supreme Lord in truth. But without such understanding, one cannot enter the spiritual kingdom. So, becoming Krishna conscious and going back to Godhead is a matter of understanding and accepting. Two things. So, another way to look at it is understanding may be compared to theoretical knowledge, jnana, of if we understand Bhagavad Gita, then we will surrender, we will accept, okay, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and I should surrender to Him, I am His servant. So vijnana, then we get realized knowledge, practical knowledge. In the Gita, 4th chapter, Janma Karma Chamedi Vyam Evam Yo Veti Tatvata Chakta Deham Punarjama Naiti Mameti Sorjana. That if you understand my birth and activities, in truth, anyone who understands will not come back to this world after leaving this body, but he will come to me. So, of course, very hard to understand Krishna here, how to do devotional service. But Prabhupada gives us a little concession, he always does. He's more merciful than Krishna, devotee is more merciful. Prabhupada says, even if you don't understand, if you just try to understand Krishna, but how can we understand Krishna? He's so beyond us, and we are so tiny. Just try to understand Krishna, and you will be liberated. So how to accept Krishna? Here it says we must accept. We must chant Hare Krishna like a child crying for its mother. Prabhupada said in a very early lecture, actually the first lecture on the holy name, Mother Hara helps the living entity achieve the grace of the Lord Hari. We cry loud enough, then Radharani, our mother, will pick us up and offer us to Krishna. That's when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Prabhupada said we must cry and beg Krishna, please accept me, please accept me. And when we chant nicely Hare Krishna, if we're chanting attentively, Krishna will come. And Krishna will say, please accept me, please accept me. Because our mind, it may not be there in the accepting mood, in the receptive mood. Krishna may come, but we may be somewhere else, thinking of something else. So, Prabhupada in one lecture said, when we wake up in the morning, we think we have so many problems. We have only one problem, how to accept Krishna. He's coming throughout our day. How to accept Krishna, that's it, that's our problem. That's our only problem, Prabhupada said. Well, that's a good meditation for the rest of the day. You only have one problem. How do I accept Krishna? And then see if your other problems go away. So how do we increase our attachment to Krishna? We have to practice Bhakti Yoga, as this verse says. Prabhupada in one purport, in another verse, in 9th canto, 9th chapter, 42, Prabhupada said if one daily sees a deity in the temple, chants the holy name, preaches about the activities of the Lord, then you can become attached to Krishna. That is called asakti, maya sakta manaparta, Krishna says in Gita 7:1. So how to become attached? See the deity, chant Hare Krishna, and preach. We have the two paths combined, Bhagavad Pancha Chiki Viti and Bhagavad Viti, deity worship and chanting. We talked a little yesterday about that. So I'd like to share with you one of Shukadev's prayers, which will illuminate these points. Yakirtanam yat smaranam yadikshanam yadvandanam yat shavanam yadarhanam lokasya sadhya vitunoktikavasham tasmai subhadra sharase namo namaha. Then we offer respectful obeisances unto the all-auspicious Lord Shri Krishna, about whom glorification, remembrance, audience, prayers, hearing, and worship can at once cleanse the effects of all sins. of the performer. So first kirtanam, chanting the holy name. If you chant, then smaranam, you'll remember Krishna. And there's one thing in this list which is not in the 9 processes of devotional service generally. I'll read this again, see if you can pick up which one is different or added. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto Lord Shri Krishna, about whom glorification, remembrance, audience, prayers, hearing, and worship can at once cleanse the effects of all sins. Yes? Audience, very good. Audience means darshan, seeing the Lord. Come for darshan, come to see Krishna. So Prabhupada said, if you just sit in front of the deity and appreciate how nicely dressed is Krishna, how nicely dressed is Radharani, Gauri-Tai, then that's enough. And if you go out on book distribution and you show them the book, and they see the picture, that's also ikshanam. That's also part of devotional service. If you can't chant, these people don't chant, and your mind is so disturbed they cannot fix it on Krishna, then here's a chance. Just look at the deity, come and see the deity. Children, Prabhupada said the children, they can just sit down and look at the deity. In Ishirat, Ireland, we have peacocks who come for darshan, come to the window and look at the deity. So yes, different. Even the animals can do. Even the dog can take part in this chanting. Prabhupada said. And so, and if you're still more intelligent, Prabhupada said, then vandanam, you can offer prayers. In shravanam, hearing, of course, is there when you're chanting. And if you're very fortunate, you can worship the deity, arvanam. So this is the pancha chiki viti, the path of deity worship, which we do follow. And what happens if you do this? Lokasa sadyo vitunoti kalmasham. Everything will be washed off, all the material contamination. And you may say, well, how long is this going to take? Sukadeva Goswami says, sadhya. Immediately, sir, Prabhupada said. Immediately, all the dirt will be washed off when you chant the holy name. So, in the purport of this verse, Prabhupada connects this verse from Bhagavatam, this is 2.4.15, with 1865, Manmana Bhagavad Bhakto Mataji Mam Namaskritu. Always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, offer obeisances to me. And I promise you will come to me. And the next verse in this second canto, verse 16, is connected to 1866. Sarvadharmam prityaja mamekam sharanam vraja is connected to that verse, 1866. And that means, the translation of that is, give up all varieties of religion and just surrender to me, and I will protect you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. So what does this verse here say in 2nd Canto, 4th chapter? Let me offer my respectful obeisances again and again unto the all-auspicious Lord Shri Krishna. The highly intellectual, simply by surrendering unto his lotus feet, are relieved of all attachments to present and future existences, and without difficulty progress towards spiritual existence. So this verse, Shukadeva gives us an upgrade from Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, remember what Krishna says, surrender to me, give up all rights of religion, surrender to me, I will protect you from all sinful reactions. Shukadeva says, by surrendering to Krishna, everyone is relieved of all attachments to present and future existences. So, in Gita, Krishna says, I protect you from your past sinful reactions. So you may have some reactions, you're suffering from the past. But Shukadeva says, he will protect you from present and future attachments also. That's a bit of an upgrade. In Bhagavatam, Gita is like the seed of a plant. And when you water the plant, it unfolds, and that is Srimad Bhagavatam. You get the fruits, you get the flowers of the seed, of the plant. So here, it's wonderful that even not only from our past, we're protected from our present and future. But that doesn't mean you should sin again and make future reactions. But there is a connection between Gita and Bhagavatam. So Prabhupada does retranslate in the purport of 2416 Bhagavad Gita 1864 to 66. And he translates it very sweetly. So let us hear how Prabhupada translates it. My dear Arjuna, you are very dear to me. Therefore, only for your good, I will disclose the most secret part of my instructions. It is simply this: become a pure devotee of mine and give yourself to me only. And I promise you full spiritual existence, by which you may gain the eternal right of transcendental loving service to me. So, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, surrender to me. Here Prabhupada translates, give yourself to me. So it's a very sweet way of surrendering, not by force, but it's like a lover and beloved. Give yourself to me. You know, Krishna, he wants us to give ourselves to him. He wants us to give ourselves. In fact, Srila Prabhupada has said that this verse from Gita, surrender to me and I will protect you, accept me, that this means Krishna is calling us. Krishna is calling us in Bhagavad Gita, come to me, surrender to me, accept me, and I will protect you. So, what does it mean to surrender to Krishna? Why should we surrender anyway? Why should we? You might ask the question, your false ego may rebel, why I should surrender? Prahlad Maharaj gives us very nice reasons why in his prayers to Lord Nrsimhadev. He said, first of all, the mind is trapping me with so many desires. So I want to get out of this prison of my mind. Therefore I should surrender to you. Another reason why I surrender is I'm being crushed by time. And the wheel of time, past, present, future. We're being crushed by disease, by old age, and by death. And birth also we don't remember. So if you want to be saved from the crushing of time, then we need to surrender. And he will protect us. And how do we manifest? How do we say, how do we pray for surrender? Lord Chaitanya has taught us, Ayi nandatanuja kinkaram patayamam, Vishame pavambuda, Kripaya tavaparapa kajastita tuli sarisham vishintaya. My Lord, Nandanandana, son of Nanda, I'm drowning in this ocean. Although I'm your eternal servant, I've fallen into this ocean of distress of this material world. So please pick me up and place me as an atom of dust at your lotus feet. Because Krishna may say, well, why should I pick you up? Yes, because I surrender to you now. Now I'm surrendered. I know I rebelled against you, and I put in this wheel of time, suffering one life after another life. Birth also very painful. Birth is very painful. We don't remember. But it was painful to be in the womb, and it was painful to come out of the womb. And it'll be painful to change at the end of this life to another body, but not for the devotees. For the devotees, it's very sweet. It's very nice. Quite different. So we should surrender to Krishna because we're being crushed by the wheel of time, and because this world is temporary. We cannot stay here. Even if we think we're happy here, it won't last. It won't last. You cannot keep it. You cannot stay here. You're not immortal. So we have experienced how temporary is this world. I was in New Zealand, the earthquake zone, Churchgate, New Zealand. In one earthquake, in 45 seconds, the whole business district was leveled. Just in one earthquake, everything was finished. The whole city was finished. The whole business district. And so this world is temporary, even if you're not in the earthquake zone. Still, you have to be careful. Anything can happen. Krishna comes as death, he takes everything away. So, Prabhupada one time saw a sign, temporary inconvenience, permanent improvement. Take this detour. Prabhupada said, permanent inconvenience, no improvement. That's this world. So, bhakti, when we're convinced that anything of this world cannot make me happy, Prabhupada said, then that's bhakti. So another reason why we should surrender, one is temporary, another reason is because there's no happiness here. The happiness that people go after, Prahlad Maharaj says, it's like a mirage in the desert. So I think maybe you don't have experience of a mirage up here in Finland, right? Does it get hot here?
Are you kidding?
Yeah?
No
Yeah?
way.
No way, okay.
Sometimes in the summertime,
Yeah?
in
You
the
see the
long
water?
streets,
Oh, you see water.
yeah, you reflects.
Okay. So the nature of the mirage is that the closer you get to it, it keeps moving ahead. So that's why it's described, a mirage is like happiness in this world. The closer you get to it, the more it keeps moving ahead. Like the example of the donkey with the carrot in front of it. You walk, the carrot walks also, it goes ahead. It's so very difficult to get happiness in this world. And the body gives you so much distress, much more distress than happiness. So, this is the news of this material world. When Yudhishthira was asked the question, what is the news? He answered that this world, this material world is like a frying pan. And time is the cook. And we're all being fried in the frying pan. And the sun is the fuel. The sun is the fire, actually. The sun is the fire which is cooking us. And the fuel is the days and nights. So therefore we should desire to surrender to Krishna. And if we do surrender, we will get causeless mercy. So we heard about all of the negative reasons why we should surrender. It's temporary, there's no happiness, we're being crushed by time. The mind is trapping us, the mind is like a prison, false ego. So we should surrender, but there's also a good reason why we should surrender too. We will get mercy. And that's what this verse is talking about. If you perform bhakti yoga, you will get the mercy of Narayani. And the purport, if you don't, then you won't get the mercy. These other paths are without mercy. Path of jnana. There's no mercy because there's no person. There's no personal relationship. You're just trying to merge in the light. In the light, there's no mercy. Because it's not a person. You see, actually, the impersonalists, they don't understand what is the source of the light. The question is, okay, if there is light, where is the light coming from? Just like now there's light in this room. So an intelligent person will say, where is it coming from? So, okay, there is the sun. It's coming from the sun. And we understand the sun is a person. So the Brahman is also light and is coming from a person, and that is Krishna. So if you surrender to Krishna, you will get special mercy. Prahlad Maharaj says, I got mercy, more mercy than Brahma, Shiva, or Lakshmi. You never put your lotus hand on their heads, but you put it on mine. So this is causeless mercy. If we follow this process of deity worship and chanting, we can expect mercy from Krishna, causeless mercy, without any cause. Without even, we don't deserve it, we will get mercy from Krishna. This is the meaning of causeless mercy. So Lakshmi, she is trying to get mercy. She has a temple in Bilvavan, Kadiravan, across the Jamuna from Vrindavan. And she's doing austerities in that temple because she wants to join the rasa dance on the other side. She's been doing austerities for millions of years. She still hasn't gone to the other side yet. So in January, in the cold, in winter time, there's a festival for Lakshmi, and all the rich Vasis come from across the Jamuna and bring her khichdi, because she's eating very simply. And they have a festival. And she is sitting, she's not like this, giving blessings, she's sitting begging blessings. So the rich Vasis give her blessings. She's begging blessings from the rich Vasis that please may I go and be one of you and join the rasa dance. But still hasn't happened. She cannot give up her mentality as God's fortune. Although she is trying. She's trying. So if you surrender to Krishna, you will get more mercy than even Lakshmi. You will go to Goloka Vrindavan, back to Godhead, back to home. So I'll stop here, and if you have any questions, you can ask at this point. Yes?
Thank you very much, Mataji. How we can explain this concept of mercy to like really new person who just
How can you explain the concept of mercy to a new person?
New person.
New person.
Who like really new.
What does it mean, mercy? Well, Prabhupada explained it to one devotee in this way, that suppose I have a lot of money, like I have $1 million, and I say, take it, take it, take it. I push it in your stomach. Take it. That's mercy. They will understand that. That's how Prabhupada explained it to Guru Kripa. Here, take this $1 million. That's mercy. Like the idea we talked about yesterday, I don't know if we talked about it. Lord Chaitanya is chasing the conditioned souls. Yeah. I did talk about it here, because I forget if I did it in Germany or here. Because I just came from Germany. Yeah, so he's chasing us. Now the mercy is chasing us. So this is mercy. So even better than $1 million is the solution to our problems in life. You may have $1 million but still be taking antidepressants. You may still be very unhappy and not have peace. So better than $1 million is something to give you permanent relief from your distress condition of life, liberation from your distress, and real eternal happiness. Shantam. Only the devotees can be peaceful in this world. There's a Krishna Bhakta Nishkam Ata Ev Shanta Bhukti Mukti Siddhikam Shakali Ashanta. The Krishna Bhakta is Nishkam. He has no material desires. Therefore, he is Shanta. He is peaceful. But the Bhuktis and the Siddhis, the materialistic people, they want to enjoy this world, so they can't be peaceful. The heart is pierced by these desires. And the Gyanis who want to merge, they're also pierced by the desire to get free from this world. This is a miserable place. I just want to be one, commit suicide basically, spiritually. And then the yogis also cannot have peace because they want siddhis. And that's just another, they want to play with the material world, they want to play with the energies, which is kind of being like God, control the sun, the moon, and the wind, and the rain. That was the desire of the hippies. To control, they would wear these capes with the sun and the moon and thinking they were controlling everything. Such a deep illusion. But the devotees, they have desire to please Krishna. So therefore they are peaceful at the Ev Shanta. Only devotees can have Shanta and Ananda. They can have peace and happiness. Because they're on the path of Ananda, the path of eternal happiness, and they're on the path of peace. Bhaktaram yagitakas tapsam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhiram sarvabhutanam gyapamam shanti vichati. If you accept Krishna as the only enjoyer, if you accept him as the only proprietor and the best friend, then you can have peace and happiness. Yeah, but you just tell them, and that they will understand. That would relieve my distress for sure. No, it won't. So many people, they win the lottery in America and they end up sometimes committing suicide because then everybody's after their money, all their relatives, all their friends. And one of them gave it to a granddaughter, all the money to his granddaughter, and she got an overdose. She died of an overdose. She was just enjoying like crazy, and then she went crazy and took an overdose. So yeah, but that's what people, they will understand, because money is God for most people in this world. Money, they understand money. Money is mercy. Free money. Okay, any other questions? Yes?
How could we, being here, reach the mood of Brijavasis?
How, being here, can we reach the mood of the Brijavasis? By studying the mood of the devotees in Srimad Bhagavatam. So I was telling, first of all, of course, we are not on the level of Brijavasis. So we study the mood of Prahlad Maharaj. Today I was giving his prayers. Lord Chaitanya also, he taught us in Shikshastaka the mood of the Brijavasis. But it doesn't start with Krishna, you can kick me or everything. It starts at the very beginning. Chant the holy name, clean the heart, get free from the blazing fire of material existence. Chant the holy name and feel, oh, why don't I have any attraction? Then you become humble, okay. I'm not such a great devotee. Chanadapi Sunichinami. And then after humility, then you get some taste. Oh yeah, I don't care for these material things anymore. And then you pray, please pick me up. Of course, you don't have to wait until you get taste to pray for being picked up. Pray to be picked up. You study Shikshastaka and you will get the mood of the Brijavasis. Study Srimad Bhagavatam. Mood of Lord Chaitanya is the mood of Radharani. Mood of, so we need to know the mood of Radharani. When will I have bhava? When will I have tears flowing from my eyes? Why don't I have it now? And then, oh Govinda, feeling your separation. A moment is like 12 years or more, like a millennium. Then finally, the mood of the Brijavasis is, I don't care what happens to me. I just want you to be happy, Krishna. That's the last verse of Shikshastaka. You can kick me, you can keep me away from you, but I still love you. You're still my Lord. So that's the mood of the Brijavasis. They don't care. They can do anything for Krishna. They can break any rule, but we don't do that. We devotees don't like to break rules. We try to follow the rules of the world. Of course, when Prabhupada was here, devotees were sometimes breaking the rules, but it wasn't appreciated so much. When where was I? In Russia. I was in Russia, and the driver of my car liked to break the rules. He was driving everywhere, even on the sidewalk, and the poor people had to, because there was a traffic jam, so he would go on the sidewalk where the people are walking and drive the car on the sidewalk. I said, I'm not in a hurry, it's okay. The name of the driver was Yamraj. Okay. It's okay, I know you're beyond the rules, but it's okay. Anyway, yeah, we have to be careful when we perform bhakti. Studying, also another good thing is nectar of instruction. Study nectar of instruction, the first 4 verses. That will help you to make sure you follow the rules and regulations, not too much, not too little. Enthusiasm, confidence, patience, determination. This will help you. Because Prabhupada, he's in that mood. So we're following Prabhupada. Just stay with Prabhupada and you'll be in the mood of the Brijbasis. Any other questions? Yes?
Could be a question asked a little bit out of the topic.
Maybe.
It's about different diets that...
Different diets.
Yeah, like sometimes like we can get ideas that just this prasadam is unhealthy, that Ayurveda says this and that, and you should take just only one preparation at a time that it will be properly digested, and so many like...
Oh, the Vedic, you want to follow the Vedic thing?
Yeah, like, and what is like Prabhupada's suggestion and view of that?
Yes, he did. I mean, in the beginning it was like that because there was no choice. We had no choice. And one devotee was complaining, and Prabhupada said, yes, if you're Rupa Goswami, you can eat anything. And if you're not, if you're a neophyte, you have to be careful what you eat. But then another devotee was complaining, and he pointed to Brahmananda. He said, you see Brahmananda? He's eating this, and does he look healthy? He was big and strong. So we have to find a balance. You have to find a balance. I mean, ideally we cook in ghee, because that is the wood of goodness. But temples don't have money, and now people are going vegan. So they won't eat your restaurant if you have anything that's not vegan. I know some temples are vegan too, which is really hard, because we were brought up with milk products, with Prabhupada. You know, Krishna likes milk products. But you have to see, what you can, Prabhupada said, as much as you can digest, that much you can eat. As much as you can digest. You can eat as much as you can digest, but not more. If you can digest 10 chapatis, you can eat 10 chapatis. That's what he told. Because sometimes his servant would fast, Shivakirti. Prabhupada would talk about, you shouldn't eat too much. Then his servant would fast, and Prabhupada looked at him and said, are you sick? You're getting thin. He said, well, Prabhupada, you said, we shouldn't eat too much. Prabhupada said, no, you have to do service. You have to work hard. You have to eat nicely. So Prabhupada described prasad should be sumptuous. It means tasty. It doesn't have to be very, very rich, but it should be tasty. It's simple, it can be simple, but tasty. He said it that way. And he noticed what the devotees were eating when they would go and eat with Prabhupada at life members' houses. One time they ate in London at one life member's house, and nobody got up for Mangalarti, and Prabhupada said, where are the devotees? What's wrong? And so Shivakirti said, well, Prabhupada, they said, it was cooked in oil. It was cooked in oil. Prabhupada said, no, not just that. I was watching Pradumna. He ate 4 puris. And then Shivakirti said, yeah, I know, but I didn't eat so much. Prabhupada said, no, but you ate also 4 puris too. So he was noticing what they were, the devotees were, you have a feast at midnight and then you can't get up. So, and one time though, Giriraj Maharaj, he was at a life member's house and they were trying to feed him more and more sweets, and he only took one and he refused. And this old man was really upset, and he kept to giving him one more sweet. And Prabhupada said, just take a sweet to make the old man happy. So, Prabhupada, time, place, and circumstance. The principle is to eat what you can digest. Again, another principle: half stomach is half full with food, quarter for liquids, and quarter for air. That's another principle. So if you follow that, then maybe you can even digest oil. But if you put 100% food, then it might be difficult. And the water you drink before. Yeah, we can't follow the Vedic, very difficult to do that here in the West. I mean, some things you can follow, but most things you can't. The food thing. Any other questions? Yes?
I just wanted to say, just trying to comment on this topic. That
Okay.
just some like, what do you call it, realization about eating and stuff. Because I suppose it also has lots to do with age and the
Yes, oh
research
yeah.
you do.
Yeah. When you get older, I could eat 3 times a day when I was young. Now, once, it's too much.
Yeah, same thing when I was like 10 years ago when I was in Brahmacharya and doing Sankit and the book distribution whole day, and I could eat like this much food and didn't get fat and I was able to digest. And then after, nowadays, like after 10 years, I have to eat like 1/4 what I was eating before,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
hardly can digest.
Yeah,
I
see?
suppose, yeah.
See? Yeah, so if you keep on preaching and going out there, you can eat as much as you can digest it. All the samosas, all the sweets. Because you need it to be out there. Prabhupada didn't like artificial fasting, but he also didn't like overeating. He said for a young person, that's one answer, that one young child after the lecture on don't eat too much, don't eat too little, 8-year-old, Prabhupada, what about, you said we shouldn't eat too much. And Prabhupada said, no, for you overeating mistake is good. For a young person, overeating mistake is good. And when you're my age, under-eating mistake is good. He said, so the kid says, what about Tamal Krishna? And Prabhupada said, no, he should not overeat. Smart kid. We couldn't say things like that. But because in those days it was true, the sannyasis got all the maha. You never saw it. Yeah. But yeah, you have to be practical. Yeah. The more work you do, the more you need to eat. The more you work hard for Krishna, the more you can digest. And if you're just like sitting the whole day, then difficult. You need to get out, walk, and do things. Okay, any other questions? Yes?
If the tulsi leaves are infected, should we offer them?
Infected. Well, yeah, you just wash them nicely. What can we do? Make sure there's no bugs.
To make sure.
Try your best to take all the bugs and find out what to do, you know. You have to buy those ladybugs. Ladybugs, yeah. Hopefully that will do. There's some things you can spray. I don't know too much. Something you can spray on them also. That would be okay. Not the modern thing, not chemicals, but some natural thing you can do. Any other question? Jaya goes to Shri Prabhupada.